Sawubona, my name is Mthandazo and mina ngiyingane KaGogo. I tried going live on Instagram, it didn't work. I tried going live on TikTok. I feel like the people who were just joining were too distracting for me to actually deliver this the way that it's supposed to be delivered. So I'm opting to actually create a video, a proper sit-down video. It's gonna probably take me 10 minutes to go through everything that I want to go through for this particular video. So yeah, here it goes. So before I even start, this is a video for our Optom series. So I said I was going to do a webinar series answering some of your burning questions that are optometry related. So this is part one. So part one, I'm going to be talking to high school learners who know they want to get into optometry, but they don't know what to do or what to study. High school learners who are in science, but they haven't really figured out what they want to study, and they are interested in the healthcare space. This video is going to help you. I'm also going to be talking to optometry students. So if you are in your first year, second year, third year, or even final year, towards the end of the video, this video is going to be able to assist you. Right, so before we start, I'm going to introduce myself so that you know who I am, what I do, and why I decided to do this. Right, so the first thing is my name. My name is Mthandazo. I'm an optometrist by profession. I have been practicing for about 7 years now in the field. I started off as a student, finished my studies, and then in my first year I went to the Specsavers graduate program. The program runs for 6 months. After the 6 months, I was hired at Executive Specs in Kailami Corner in Johannesburg. I worked there for about 2.5 years to 3 years. Then I resigned. I freelanced for about, I think, 3 to 4 months. And then I was headhunted by Specsavers Potchefstroom. I went there and I worked full-time for almost 2 years. And then I got an opportunity to become a franchisee partner, a junior partner. I grabbed that opportunity. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for me. After that, which I resigned, and I decided to freelance again. I thought I was gonna freelance again for a couple of months to figure out my life, ground myself, and then continue looking for work. But my parents decided that it was actually time for me to open my own thing, which is why I am now the founder and owner of Optomly Optometrist. It's a private practice based in Brea Center in Durban, and we have been in operation for the past 2 years. We specialize in assisting first-time spectacle wearers to enjoy clear and comfortable vision. Where did I grow up? I grew up in Bongolwane. It's a very rural village in northern KZN. I do have parents. Both of them are still very much alive. I'm an eldest daughter, and yeah, I love reading, I love baking, I enjoy helping my patients, and I absolutely love giving back to my community. So one of the questions I have here is why optometry and why did I start Optomly? I've already gone through that part. Why optometry? I wanted to become an electrical engineer, but my parents, my family loved health science. So for the longest time, they used to take me to appointments to go and see different healthcare specials, healthcare professionals. Eventually, the one that did stick out with me was optometry. So when I was applying in high school, I put optometry as the only healthcare option there. And God was like, this is the thing that you are gonna do, the very thing that you didn't like. Because when I got accepted in optometry, I had a bursary as well as residence. So I was like, girl, you can't be letting this one go. How's running a business going? It has its seasons. Some seasons are really, really great. Some seasons are really, really tough. The first year was the worst of them all by far, but I'm taking it one day at a time. I'm learning, I am networking, and I'm growing, and I love it. I really, really, really love it. The one quote that I live by on a daily basis is a quote, I can't even remember it's by who, but it basically says everything is always working out for me. So now that the introduction is out of the way, let us get into optometry. So what is optometry as a career? So in optometry, we are called allied health care professionals, primary eye care professionals. So the patient's first eye care contact is usually with us. We do comprehensive eye examinations where we detect vision errors and diagnose ocular conditions. We then do refraction and dispensing. So refraction is when we do a prescription to check what type of glasses or contact lenses you may need to help you see better for that particular eye condition. We also prescribe contact lenses if you need contact lenses. They vary. We also prescribe devices. It could be low vision devices, low vision aids, or sometimes we do prescribe therapy. So primary eye care, basically, you could say that. And then we do have diagnostic privileges. So we are allowed to use diagnostic pharmaceutical agents to examine the eye properly and thoroughly for certain situations and certain conditions. And then some optometrists do have a therapeutic privilege where we get specialized treatment so that we can so that we can prescribe certain medication. And then we also do management and referral of ocular conditions. So for some conditions, we can actually do the full management in collaboration with an ophthalmologist. So an ophthalmologist is an eye surgeon, eye specialist. So they do management of ocular conditions as well as surgery, right? So in essence, we are primary eye care providers. Yeah, and that was basically our scope of practice in South Africa. So if you are in high school and you are wondering, what subjects do I need to study in order for me to actually get into optometry? So you need science subjects. So you need to have your mathematics, pure maths. It is very, very essential because we do a lot of like optics, and that's a lot of calculations. So your maths and your maths principles need to be like very concrete. Physical sciences as well as life sciences. The reason why you need physical sciences is because we do physics in first year, and then also when you start doing optics, I think it's first year and second year, and third year, it is very, very important to understand the basics of physics. And then life sciences, this is very, very important. You are dealing with the human eye, so it's very important to have the biology so that you have a better understanding of the human body as well as the human eye, because you will be doing a lot of anatomy, physiology, ocular anatomy, ocular conditions, and you have to have a very good understanding and interest in the human structures, if I can say that. And then English and actually Zulu, sometimes they want Zulu, but English is the required communication language for proficiency, as well as you study in English. But I know you KZN because the province is in KZN and the majority of the people in KZN speak Zulu, especially when you start going out and seeing patients in the clinics and hospitals. Zulu does help if you know and understand Zulu, and we actually do study isiZulu, right? So at university level, if say you have these subjects and now you want to get to university, you want to study optometry, what levels do they need? So basically I did some research, and in South Africa, firstly, let's talk about which universities you can go to. So in South Africa, currently, the optometry is offered at 4 universities. So you've got University of KwaZulu-Natal, which is UKZN, University of Free State, which is UFS, University of Johannesburg, which is UJ, as well as University of Limpopo, which is UL. It is a 4-year bachelor's degree, which means for the first 3 years, you are probably going to be doing your undergraduate studies, and then for 4th year, I know we did honors. I think you also do honors for the other universities, and then you graduate with your bachelor's degree after 4 years. To get into university, the research I did says that you need an APS score of about 32 to 36, and then compulsory subjects are your maths, physics, life sciences, and English, as I said. And usually the minimum requirements that they need is 60%, which is level 5 for these subjects across the universities. You are more than welcome to actually visit the university's website specifically so that you are able to check if These are like just to cross check, okay, but this is what I found. And then if you are already an optometry student, you are doing this degree, maybe you fumbled upon it, you didn't really do much research, or you didn't fumble upon it but you still don't understand what are your employment opportunities mangabe sowuqedile ukufunda, right? So employment opportunities, there's quite a few. One, you can work for the government as an optometrist at a government hospital, clinic, any basically government institution. The second thing, you can work in private. In private, there's two sections. There's the independent practice, like where you can work at Optomly, or you can work at a Specsavers or an ExecuSpecs or a Neovision or a Togo Optical, which is a franchise chain store. So these two still fall under private. So you can work as a private optometrist at any private optometrist practice. You can become a sales rep. I have a friend who's a sales rep, so he works for, I think, Cooper Vision. So you can rep for some of these organizations that offer eye care devices, or like contact lenses, maybe some of the labs. You can work for NGOs. I know one of my friends work at St. John, so you can work for an NGO that offers eye care services to communities, such and such. So you've got that as an opportunity. You can choose to work abroad. There's a lady that I know who actually moved, I think, to the Netherlands or New Zealand, I can't remember, but there are work opportunities abroad. I know that for certain countries you do need to write board exams for you to actually be able to enter in those countries, but that is another opportunity for you to explore, right? Don't South Africa. Also, don't limit yourself to a province. If you are from KZN, you are welcome to explore Cape Town, Joburg, Eastern Cape, any other province outside of KZN if you have that opportunity, right? And then the route that I took, you can start a business. You can start your own optometry practice, you can start your own franchise, or you can join an existing franchise, like Neovision, for example. You can go and inquire on how to join a franchise, and then you'll be able to follow obviously their procedure and processes so that you are able to join that particular franchise. Or you can open your own independent practice. Those are the options. If you are interested in opening your own independent practice, then please do join us on the 13th of April for part 2 series. On the part 2, I'm going to be talking specifically to people who want to open their own practice in South Africa, so that you kind of have an idea of the things that are important for you to consider. With all this said, we are regulated. We are a regulated profession, so you do need to register with the HPCSA, and then you do have to be compliant with their rules and regulations so that you do not get in trouble with the big guys. Yeah, that's about it. If you have any question about starting a career in optometry, or if you want me to clarify any of the points that I shared on this particular video, you are more than welcome to drop it in the comment section down below, and I will try to the best of my ability to answer that for you. I hope this is helpful, and I hope that you will learn a thing or two and you'll be able to make a decision for your career. I do have people who inquired who were in other countries, so I hope this is going to give you an idea. Then because now you kind of have an idea of how it works in South Africa, you can then go and search the universities in your country to check if you are able to qualify, and also check what are their requirements. You are welcome to study in other countries. I know there's people who actually come and study in South Africa. So if we would see in your country this profession is not available, or it's not highly recommended because of certain, like, I don't know, constitutional or university rules and stuff like that in your particular country, you are more than welcome to go and study optometry at a different country where the profession is offered. Someone asked me if it was a good healthcare profession. I think it is, because people are always going to need eye care, but I think it must be something that you go into with a plan. You don't just like run into it, because a lot of things are changing with technology, with the economical landscape. So you need to be very like strategic about what career you choose. And but I do know and I do believe that as long as you're in healthcare, you shouldn't struggle too much. Healthcare and technology. Anyways, yeah, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching till this far. I hope the video was helpful, and I will see you on the next one. Love you lots.